and welcome back to the Two Idiots with a Camera podcast.
Yes. Foodcast?
I said podcast different than the rest of the words, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
I went for it.
It be like that sometimes. It truly do.
I'm your host, Victor Van Frossenstein.
I'm your other host, Abigail, with no sub name. It's just Abigail.
Listen, I really like my sub name.
Mm-hmm.
Because, do you know the story about how that came to be?
No, I genuinely don't know.
Friesenstein.
Yeah.
A kid in our high school started calling me Dr. Doom. Because, of course, Victor Von Doom.
Ah.
So he started calling me Dr. Doom as a joke, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It kind of annoyed me. Mostly because of who it was, which I will tell you as soon as we're off camera. Because I don't want to say his name.
Great point.
So, this person annoyed me. But then I was like, you know what? I like the concept of, the name melding with a comic book character. Mm-hmm. So I looked at... No. And then we started reading Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have an idea. So I melded the Von from Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
The Freeze from Victor Freeze. And the Stein from Frankenstein. And I got Von Friesenstein.
Wow.
So that's what it is. It's a fusion of the three Victors from, general media. And then there's Victor Zsasz, which is another Batman villain. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't need to incorporate that.
It's too late now. You already got the main three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many cooks, too many Victors.
It's the three evil scientist Victors.
I like that.
So, Victor Von Friesenstein.
I'm not aware of many evil scientists named Abigail, so...
I'm sure we can find at least one.
I mean...
Question of the day. Can you guys find an evil scientist named Abigail?
Yeah. Do it.
Leave it in the comments. If you win, you get nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's not the kind of games we play over here, right?
Maybe I'll mention the scientist next time we do a podcast.
In a month.
Yeah.
Also, we should mention that, shouldn't we?
It's been a while.
The podcast changed format from the last time we heard you, because we were like, we're going to shift this to be event-based.
Yeah.
And then no events happened for us to film a podcast for.
And then nothing happened.
And now it has once again shift format.
Yep.
Because now it's going to be the first Wednesday of every month.
Woo!
Because of the new upload schedule. If you want to hear more about that, go to the link in the description. Watch the video about that before you watch this. Assuming that video's out already. If it's not,
it might not be.
It'll be out soon. But it probably should be out by now.
I hope so.
I think I've just remembered that I need to record that video and I have forgotten about it. So
Great.
Great. Glad I hash this out on camera. Either way, I'm going to forego our natural, usual, this segment and blah, 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 because I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
We're just chilling. We're tired. We just finished semesters of work, and we're dead slightly.
Yeah, holidays just ended. We're on a couch, which is not... We usually sit at a table. We're usually professional. No, we're just sitting on a couch.
It's couch time.
Having a cup of coffee.
Hashtag couch time.
Couch time podcast. Let's go.
I like that name.
That's not our name, but it's fine. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2019 release schedule. We're doing our predictions. We're going to talk about the games you already know about. And the main purpose behind this is that back in 2018, when I launched, or relaunched 2Idiots Productions, this was the second video I think I did for that.
Yeah.
And Abigail was on that.
I was!
And now we have a podcast, which Abigail is also on.
Yay!
So I figured, why not do another one of these?
It's me.
Because it's cool.
Once again.
It's a good idea.
I'm here to discuss the Switch.
That is why you're here.
Yes.
That is accurate.
That is very true.
I am here to discuss the thing I just said we're going to discuss.
Here on podcast, you say thing, and then I confirm that yes, thing is true.
It's true. I'm stalling.
Hey, don't do my job.
I'm opening a file that I forgot to open.
Don't worry, folks. File will be opened shortly.
Alright, so first we're going to go over the games we already know about. Just so everyone's aware, we are going over Nintendo published games for the Switch. We're not talking about 3D. We'll talk about 3DS, but we're not going to go over the releases. We're not going to go over Mario Kart Tour. I don't care. This is about the Switch. We all care about the Switch. I know all of you just care about the Switch too. Yep. So let's not beat around the bush and pretend we got to dedicate 20 minutes to the 3DS.
Yep.
So the first game I have on here that I want to talk about is... Well, you know what? I'm going to go through my release schedule. Because I made a release schedule and how I think things will go.
Oh.
I'm just going to go through that.
Oh, okay.
And then I think it'll be easier.
Okay.
Because I have pictures.
Do it.
All right, so... The first two games we know about, we know when it's released. That is New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, and Travis Touchdown Returns No More Heroes spin-off game, which is that one with the dude with the weird like lightsaber thing.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. Really? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, well it's that one weird game that like looks grittier, like it's like the new Bayonetta. It looks like.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Look at this picture. Maybe you'll know after you look at this man on the picture. If you don't know, this is just hilarious to me.
I don't think I've seen that in my life.
You have, because you've watched directs that the game is in.
Great, I have blocked it out.
All right, remember when that one guy? Do you remember the January? This is just fun for me now. This is why I'm doing this. Do you remember the January the Switch announcement thing where all those developers were there?
Yes.
Remember that one guy from Grasshopper who just didn't bring a game and just talked for way too long?
Yes.
His game.
Oh, his game.
That's Suda51.
Okay.
Who just turned 51.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's hilarious.
Good.
So this is his game.
Okay.
It's coming out on the 18th.
Yes. Okay, I understand now.
Along with Mario.
Cool.
I don't care about either one of these games. All this build-up, nothing crumbled before you. If you do like No More Heroes, you want to buy Travis Touchdown Returns because the sales of this game is going to affect if he makes a third one.
Yep.
So if you like that series, you're going to want to buy this game. Yeah. You probably wanted to buy it no matter what. And if you like, like those weird games that Nintendo publishes, like Bayonetta, for example, you might want to check this game out because, like, why not? It's something new if you have this time. For New Super Mario Brothers U, it's a good game. It comes with a Luigi download and stuff, so that's fun. I personally am very tired of the New Super Mario Brothers format.
Oh, I'm sick of it.
Yeah. So I probably won't be picking it up unless, like, collector's sake at some point.
Yeah.
But I have played for the game on the Wii U. It's a fun game. Yeah. I do recommend it, especially if you haven't played a New Super Mario game before. Yeah. I don't know how that's possible, but I'm sure those people exist.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember playing it when it was actually new Super Mario Brothers, like, new, on my DS, and being like, Mario, but even more now! It's better! There's new powers, and blah, blah, blah. And then they just kept releasing it again. I was like, this has changed almost... Not at all. It's just like we added this time. It's like the Tanuki suit, but not really. Play a new game, $60, please.
Now we got coins.
Yes.
The coins, they don't do anything.
No. It's baffling how well those sell compared to like Odyssey and 3D World.
I'm actually very curious to see if this is going to outsell Odyssey.
It might.
Because Odyssey, I think, is one of the best-selling games, aside from Mario Kart, on the Switch right now. I think it's number 2.
But the 2D Marios always outsell the 3D ones.
Traditionally they have. But I'm very curious to see, because this is a port, and because Mario Odyssey is just so good, I wonder if it's going to outsell. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I want that message to be sent to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, too. There's a really good idea that they could do with New Super Mario Brothers that they're not going to do. Yeah. And that's turn it into Sonic Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sonic Mania was that return to form for Sonic to his classic Genesis style gameplay, which his fans really wanted. Yeah. I realized after playing it that I don't like Sonic games, but that's fine. It was a good game. Yeah. But I would love to see a return to form from Mario back to 2D sprites. Yes. So, like, basically Mario Maker, right, is what I'm saying here. But, like, Nintendo made one. Yeah. So, like, imagine, like, Mario World 3. Yeah. Or Mario Brothers 4. Like, that's what I want to see them do with this moniker.
That'd be interesting.
Especially because imagine, like, new sprites for that game. Yeah. In 2018, how good that would be.
That'd be beautiful. It's like the indie game approach.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're not going to do it.
Nope.
Alright, so next, I'm going to go through my list here, and I have Pokemon 2019. It's going to happen. We don't know anything about it. Yep. I think it's so interesting that I guess the reason we don't know anything about it is because of Pokemon Let's Go. Yeah. And that was like...
That's been tiding us over.
Stupid to announce stuff for this game and then be like, oh, also there's another one coming because no one would care about Let's Go. Yeah. So, I really do think Pokemon will release in November. Traditionally, it releases on November. In fact, I'm going to open my calendar right now on my phone.
He's doing it.
And I will tell you the exact day it'll come out.
Dang.
So if I scroll down here...
He's doing it. It's for real.
November, okay. So Pokemon Switch 2019 will release on November 15th, 2019.
That's a bold claim.
Here's why I'm making it.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a video back before Pokemon Let's Go came out, and at the time we didn't know that Pokemon Let's Go was a thing. We thought it was just going to be the main release game.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at the release schedules for every single Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
And since Pokemon has gone to worldwide releases with Pokemon X and Y on the 3DS, they always release their game on the third Friday of November.
That's bizarre.
Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, and Pokemon Let's Go have all released on the third Friday in November.
That is a weird, specific thing.
I don't know why, but it's the exact time, and every single time they've done that.
Huh.
The last two films have even released around the exact same time to coincide with that.
Wow.
So I think that the movie will be out at around the same time the Power of Us and I Choose You were, and I think that Pokemon Switch will be out on the 15th because of that. Now, obviously, this could change. Pokemon before that has released wildly different times, but that's mainly because they had to, localize it. They don't do that anymore because worldwide release.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it'll be out November 15th.
Okay, cool.
Then we go over to Yoshi's Crafted World, the elusive game that disappeared for a year.
Oh Lord, he coming, but when?
But real slow. We know he coming, but he gonna take his time. Oh my god, that game looks so great.
It looks so good. I wanna squish it.
Like, just aesthetically, it looks fun.
I just want to touch it. It's so fuzzy.
It's so weird though because it's like he's not squishy.
No.
He's like a hard plastic figure.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to me.
But the world is just like I wanna run my fingers across the felt.
Boy.
Yeah.
There has to be some Labo integration with that, right?
I hope so.
Like, I feel like there needs to be.
It wouldn't make because it's all like toys and crafting and stuff.
It's all cardboard.
Yeah.
It's cardboard. Even the logo is cardboard.
Yeah. They would be stupid not to have Labo interact with that somehow.
Hope something happens there. I'm really excited for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me is like, it has to come out soon. Mm-hmm. And then the other part of me is like, it's going to come out in 2020.
Yeah.
Just because of how Yoshi works. Mm-hmm. And because apparently, and I didn't remember this, but apparently this also happened with Woolly World.
Oh.
Where they announced it and it disappeared.
Yeah.
And then it came out. So there have been rumors because of a 3D, like some eShop listing or something, or through Nintendo UK, that it's going to release in March.
Well, wasn't it a talent problem with the Yoshi games?
I have no idea.
Because Yoshi was on the run from the IRS.
Oh God!
For a while.
That's why he's on the lam, guys.
Yeah.
He can't release a game when he's on the lam. You know what I mean? He comes in every now and then to the office to get some things, and then he leaves. He can't stay. God, I can't believe I just pulled a freaking Yoshi tax. But yeah, I do think the game will release in March, mainly because of the rumor.
Yeah.
Because it's going to release in March, and then Nintendo's like, whoops. Said that.
Oopsie.
So it'll probably be out in March.
Yep.
Which I just think makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's like taking up, not exactly, but pretty much like that early first game, like Yoshi slot. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Kirby spot.
I know what you meant.
Which is so strange that this game is going to release a year after Kirby Star Allies.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they were shown off at the exact same time.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird to me.
To be fair, Star Allies was a short game.
It's a very simple game.
It was just simple. It's like, ready to play, you're done. It just started and then finished.
There's no DLC, though. It's like a huge DLC campaign.
I mean, true, but the game was... I don't know. If you need DLC to make your game feel complete, then that's some crap to me.
It's a fair argument.
Yeah.
So now we move on to Town. Town, for those of you who don't remember, was Game Freak's little Studio Ghibli-looking-ass game.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like this RPG, but it's centered around one town.
Yes.
You just defend this one town from monsters, and you presumably build up this town and bring in new villagers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And it almost feels like, I don't know, like Final Fantasy meets Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
From what they showed off. And I think this game's going to be a real simple game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an eShop title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably around the lines of, like, Snipper Clips.
Yeah, probably.
And maybe it'll get, like, DLC and a physical release later on. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to come out in February.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why I do, but I feel like, from the way I have my thing listed, I don't have much space anywhere else in the year. Mm-hmm. And I think that February would be a good time, because that's when Kirby came out last year.
Yeah.
And since Yoshi is going to be coming out in March, you got that time right in between Mario and Yoshi, put in town.
Yeah.
And it's just like this easy, simple game that'll hold us off for Pokemon. Because if you release it too far in the year, that's going to be a Game Freak game competing with another Game Freak game.
Yeah.
So you don't want that.
Yeah.
You want it to, like, this is going to real quick. I also love how this game looks.
Oh yeah, it's adorable
And
looking.
It makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Because that means Game Freak knows what they're doing with the Switch hardware. Because they've already worked on Town, and they've already worked on Let's Go.
Yeah.
Which probably means Pokemon Switch is going to look great.
Yes.
Which I'm really excited for.
I'm hype. I don't even play Pokemon, and those games look good.
Listen, I understand. And then we have Daemon Ex Machina. This is the Marvelous game that is being developed by Marvelous Studios and published by Nintendo. It's that mecha game which has characters that people really like the designs of because it was designed by a Fire Emblem guy, and the mechs look like the Skells from Xenoblade.
Cool.
So I think this game's going to release in August. And this is that's like a summer Dead Space kind of game. You know what I mean? It's not going to be much out in August probably. It's going to be right before school starts up again. Put out Daemon Ex Machina. Let it do what it's got to do. It's probably going to be a very niche title.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks kind of interesting at the very least. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just look at it and I'm like, boy, there are things happening on the screen.
There are robots fighting other robots.
Yeah.
And I'm intrigued, but I want more information.
Yeah, it honestly never really grabbed my interest, but I get it.
It almost at first looked to me like Monster Hunter, but robots.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting concept, but then it's that's not what it is.
Yeah.
I'm give me more information on this, and I might buy it.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy it for collector's sake, but
Yeah.
Then we have Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yay!
Which, if Luigi's Mansion 3 doesn't release in October, they've missed a huge marketing opportunity.
Yeah.
Just honestly.
It aligns perfectly with spooky season.
Yeah, and they released the
The
3DS Luigi's Mansion port in October, so I figured you might want to lean into the same thing. I could see it coming out earlier in the year, but I think they could push to October just for marketing because you have enough coming out in the year. There's this is a packed year.
Yeah.
So I think you have enough to just be we'll put that later on in the year because we don't need it right this second.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fine. Yeah. Do you think this is going to be more like Dark Moon or more like the original?
I think it's gonna be more like Dark Moon, just because, the mechanics got tightened up, right? But I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna aesthetically go back to a lot of the original Luigi's Mansion stuff. That I don't even know how to explain the differences really in my head. I look at the games and I'm like, wow, these are clearly very different. It's almost like the second Luigi's Mansion felt more level. No, that's what it was. The second Luigi's Mansion was more level-based.
It's mission-based.
Yeah, so it wasn't like Luigi's Mansion where you just, you explore the mansion.
Right.
Luigi's Mansion 2 was you had to, select a spot and then go and then finish the level.
Right.
I think Luigi's Mansion 3 is going to have the open mansion mechanic, if you will, of the first game, but kind of retain, a slightly more generic kind of ghost theme. From the second one.
Has that. I think visually it looks a lot like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Yeah.
The ghosts have a little bit more personality, it looks like.
Yeah.
And I think Portrait Ghosts might be back.
I hope so.
Based on, the orchestra place that they showed off, it feels to me like Portrait Ghosts are going to come back. Or at least the new version of that. Mm-hmm. But the ghosts do look a little bit more generic. They look a lot like the ones from Dark Moon, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind that as much. I prefer the ones from the first one, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But I do agree that I think that gameplay-wise, it's going to go back more so to the original.
Yeah.
Because, one, I think it's what people want.
Yeah.
And, two, how do you do mission-based gameplay in one mansion?
Yeah. And the way they were showing it was one long building.
Yeah, it's
one really tall thing.
With different themed floors.
Yeah.
Which, great idea.
Yeah.
I love the concept. I just really hope that, you're going to... Here's how they could do it, actually, when I think about that. If they make each floor a section, it's you have to beat this section, then you go up, and you go up. That'd be annoying.
Yeah.
But if you can, shift around through the mansion, and you're going up and you're going down, even though we kind of complained about that a little bit in our Let's Play of Luigi's Mansion, I think that if they do it right, and they give us enough accessibility, for example, quick transfer points.
Yeah.
Put an elevator in.
Well, the main problem with the first Luigi's Mansion, for me, transportation-wise, is that you could use the mirrors to warp back to the main area, but that was the only thing you could do.
Right.
So instead of it opening a screen of the different mirrors in the house, it was just it sends you all the way back.
Right.
Which felt annoying because it's well, clearly this system works, so why couldn't you just make it so that I pick which mirror I'm going to on the map?
That is definitely...
So even if they brought back the same exact system of take a picture of the mirror to go back, which I is really weird. But instead of just a generic, like, oh, save point. But at least it's got some character. It's like, just let me pick the mirror.
Also, don't make me go to a Toad.
Yeah.
Just let me save.
Let me save wherever.
Wherever I am. And I get, it's a GameCube game, whatever. It's fine. It's in the past. It's been a long time. But let's just move on with that.
Yeah.
Give me those mechanics. I love the thing with the mirrors that you said. Like, that's such an easy way to do that. Like, make it like how mirrors work in Okami.
Yeah.
That's perfect way to do it. Or like, I think the owl statues in Zelda let you do the same thing.
I think so.
Period of time.
Yeah.
So just do that. And then that'll be fine. And that'll be perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Because transportation was the only issue I had with the original Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And like the annoyance of like, oh, the boiler room is locked now. Figure it out.
Yeah.
That was more.
To be fair, when we played that game, we did not realize that one door could be unlocked. And that caused us a lot of pain traveling around that wouldn't have been there.
I don't think it would have been better.
No, it wouldn't have been a lot better, but like, we did complain specifically about that door like 5 times and never unlocked it.
We played that multiple times, and at one point we did unlock that door earlier.
Yeah.
So, I think it's like,
yeah.
I don't think it's valid.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it will be in October.
Hey, go watch that series, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
What a glowing review! Can you imagine if
I'm not gonna lie to people.
Just like go into a restaurant and you're like, you say to the waiter, we're like, well, what would you recommend? And they go, oh, I wouldn't eat here.
You mean every episode of Hell's Kitchen?
That's true.
Alright, moving on. We have the big boy.
Him?
That I'm so sick of hearing people talk about. Animal Crossing Switch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so tired of people on Twitter. I've been seeing posts where it's like, if Reggie doesn't come to my door and hand deliver Animal Crossing Switch on January 1st, I'm never buying a Nintendo console again.
People are so stupid.
I know you're joking. But just stop.
I saw a lot that like it hit midnight and people were posting memes like, "What? Where is it?
Yeah.
2019.
Meanwhile,
Come on."
F-Zero fans are standing in a corner crying like, "It'll come eventually. I know." Metroid fans is like, "Well, we've waited long enough. We can wait a little bit longer."
We got a number. It's more than we had last year.
Star Fox fans are just still upset about Star Fox. But yeah, Animal Crossing fans, keep bitching. It's fine. Who cares? I mean, obviously I want this game.
Yes, me
Part
too.
of me wants it to be delayed to 2020. Just
oh my god.
But like, I want to play it more than I want to be spiteful.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Harvest Moon and listening to ambient noise to be like, I miss Animal Crossing.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier because I was playing Stardew Valley, and I was like, I'm trying to not just jump right back into New Leaf.
Yeah.
1, because I don't want to boot up my 3DS anymore.
Yeah.
I've gotten to that point.
Yeah.
And 2, because like I don't want to start remixing my town and fixing everything up, and then have to go back to square one with the game. So it's like I've gotten to the point, and I got to this point last year with Pokemon as well, where I'm like, I want to play these games, but I don't want to play them on my 3DS.
Yeah.
Because it's just not as accessible as my Switch. It's just not as convenient as my Switch anymore. So I would rather play it on the bigger screen or on my TV.
Yeah.
And with Pokemon, when that happened, Let's Go released real early, and it was great. And I think Animal Crossing will be releasing. Honestly,
I just want that moment where I just see the town on my TV, and it's like HD, glorious. Because like I remember my favorite moment with a Switch game was when I started playing Breath of the Wild for the first time, and like ran out to that cliff, and it was just like, look at this world, and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Well, and the thing is about this is that what I love about this here is we're seeing the jump from 3DS to Wii U.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, to Switch.
To Switch, yes.
As opposed to Wii U to Switch.
Yeah.
Because Wii U to Switch, there was a big difference in games like Mario Odyssey and Zelda.
Yeah.
But Zelda Breath of the Wild looks just as good on Wii U as it does on Switch, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I spent multiple hours in both, like hundreds of hours in both. But jumping from Pokemon Sun and Moon to Pokemon Let's Go is already a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine when they're used to that.
Yeah.
From Animal Crossing New Leaf, which already looks good, to Animal Crossing Switch.
Yeah.
Because we don't even have an HD Animal Crossing game.
Unless you count, the board game thing.
Right.
But I don't, because that's way different.
But look how good that Amiibo Festival looks.
Yes.
Or look at the Plaza, the Animal Crossing Plaza that they made. Both of those look extremely good.
Yeah.
Now imagine a whole game built on that engine.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And I get why there wasn't a Wii U one. It made sense to me.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm happy to have it, and it's the best of both worlds for Animal Crossing fans.
Oh, yeah.
If you missed having it as a home console game, you can do that now. But if you love the portability, you have that too.
Yep, it's perfect.
And I think that game, there's been rumors that it's come out in March.
Mm-hmm.
I think those rumors are false
Mm-hmm.
because of the Yoshi thing. I don't think they're going to release Yoshi and Animal Crossing the same month. So I've set my release date for Animal Crossing in July.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a summer game. It'll be the big summer game.
Yeah.
Because I want to give, like, every quarter a big game.
Uh-huh.
So quarter 1 will be Yoshi, and quarter 3 will be Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
And then and quarter 4 will be Pokemon. And then we'll talk about quarter 2 when we get to that game.
Okay.
Next we have Yokai Watch 4. Yokai Watch 4 is published by Nintendo, developed by Factor 5. And this isn't a game that is going to release in 2019 in
No.
the States.
No.
Because we're getting Yokai Watch 3 for the 3DS in the States in 2019.
Yeah.
That was released like 2 or 3 years ago
Mhm.
in Japan. So Yokai Watch 4 will be released in Japan on 2019, I think, but it will not be on the Switch. The game looks good from the one like screenshot we've seen of it.
Yeah.
Factor 5 has been very quiet about the game,
Mhm.
so we'll see what happens there. The best thing that can happen out of this is that Jibanyan gets added to Smash, but I would love that for that to happen.
Yeah.
But I have nothing else to say about that.
Me neither. I know almost nothing about Yokai Watch.
Yeah, I'm not even going to give it a release date because it's going to be Japan only. So
Yeah.
Then we have Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Here we go.
Oh boy, I can't wait to play this game. Even though I think it's going to be more like Ike's game, Radiant Dawn or Path of Radiance,
Uh-huh.
than is the 3DS games because it doesn't look like the style of the 3DS games
Mhm.
did, which I'm a little disappointed in, but it's
Mhm.
okay. I'll get used to it. And it's probably more just because it's HD than the
Yeah.
actual gameplay because they use sprites in 3DS versions.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to play it. I'm on the same level of Fire Emblem as I am with Animal Crossing, where I'm like, I want to play it, but I don't want to boot up my 3DS.
Yeah.
So this is like perfect timing for it to come out for me. I think this game's gonna come out in May.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I think it'll be the quarter 3 big game, and I think May is a good time for it. I think one of the past Fire Emblem games came out in May. I think it was Shadows of Valentia Echoes came out in May. And I think that's just like it's a good time period for it, just in the spring.
Yeah.
Not too much or else to combat it with.
Yeah.
But in May, it'll be okay.
Okay. I know surprisingly little about a lot of Nintendo stuff.
Listen, we'll get you there. Abigail is learning, and you know what? That's all we can ask of people. Then we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is a sequel to not a phone game, which I originally thought it was, but the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, so people actually really like.
Oh.
So that's cool. And funny enough, when this game was the first one was being developed,
Mm-hmm.
the team went to Nintendo about publishing it and wanted to add Nintendo characters into the game.
Ooh.
So they wanted like Link and stuff as a playable character
Uh-huh.
alongside Marvel heroes.
Wow.
And now the game is being published by Nintendo.
That's a possibility.
Exclusively for the Switch. So that it's a different team. It's now being developed by Team Ninja,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is going to be fine. And it's seemingly based around Infinity War because like the main villains are the Black Order and Thanos.
Mhm.
So I think that Thanos.
Thanos.
I said it like Ebony Maw. So listen, it's a simple spell. We find it quite unbreakable.
God.
But I think this is the most clear release date to me.
Yeah.
It's going to be released in April.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Endgame is coming out.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to put this out in the same year as an Avengers movie
Yeah.
and not have it around the same time.
Yeah.
Like maybe like March. No, when does Captain Marvel come out? February?
I have no idea.
I think Captain Marvel comes out in February or March. Maybe it'll coincide with Captain Marvel. I think it'll coincide with Avengers Endgame. I just think that's way too easy and too simple
Oh, yeah.
to do that. And I think people who like that game will be fine. I don't really have any particular interest, but if it's good,
Yeah, me
I'll
neither.
buy it and play it because I like Avengers.
Yeah. You and most people. So
Then we get to the big boys.
the big boys.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Chungus.
Oh yeah, big Chungus. Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3.
Here they come.
So, Abigail, here's a question I have for you.
Oh
Will
God.
these games release in 2019?
I have no knowledge of how Nintendo works. You expect me to predict whether this game will come out this year or not? I think Bayonetta 3 is going to come out this year. And Metroid is gonna like just barely not make it this year. Like it's gonna be January 2020 or something.
I agree entirely.
Really?
I do think Bayonetta 3 will release in 2019. I think it will release in December. I think it'll be the last game to release. Apparently, from what I've been told from one of my commenters, Bayonetta games are on the same schedule of like years when they were released.
Really?
And this is the year for Bayonetta 3.
Oh, okay.
So I have faith that Bayonetta 3 will make it. Metroid Prime is not coming out in 2019.
Yeah.
That'll be a 2020 release. Maybe like March or I think maybe Q1 of next year.
Yeah.
Is when Metroid Prime 4 comes out. But my first prediction, I think the Metroid Prime trilogy for Switch is real.
Yeah.
And it's going to be releasing on October to coincide with the announcement that Metroid Prime 4 is not coming in 2019.
Yeah, to cushion the blow a little. Okay, that makes sense.
I think a Metroid Prime trilogy just makes too much sense.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Even if the game comes out in 2020.
Yeah.
Then it'll come out earlier in the year, like February or something.
Yeah.
But I do think a Metroid Prime trilogy is going to happen on Switch. I think that listing we saw was bullshit. I don't think that was real. Yeah. But I do think the game exists.
Yes.
So that'll happen. That'll take the cushion for it, and then it'll come out Q1 in 2019. So now we get to predictions. Woo! And I've got a couple, so I'll start us off.
Do it.
So my first one...
I said do it by accident instead of do it, and like, that is not what I meant to say.
The slime trend will continue into 2019. That is Abigail's prediction.
Oh, God.
So I think Wonderful 101 is going to get a port in February for the Wii U. That is Hideki Kamiya's game for Platinum Games. It's like the Beautiful Joe style game where there's a bunch of little dudes who combine up to make like giant fists and whatnot. And he's been teasing that since the Bayonetta ports were teased, and the Bayonetta ports have happened in February of last year. So I think February of this year we get Wonderful 101. Okay. Maybe we'll get a Wonderful 102 game next year to coincide, but I think at least the port is going to happen because Kamiya really wants that to happen, and I don't see any reason for it not to. In June, we're going to get a Star Fox Zero port.
Really?
Yep. And I know everyone's like, that's impossible because of the controls. They're going to find out how. Platinum has a lot of games they said they're developing and have not announced, and I think Star Fox Zero is one of them. I think 3 Platinum games in 1 year is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'll admit. But I think they're working on it. I think they're going to figure out how to make it because the falsehood that you need the gamepad to play that game is just not true.
Yeah.
You can play that game looking up at this TV screen.
Yeah.
It's not as good. It's a lot more difficult, but you can do it. And I think they're going to figure out a way to make the cockpit thing work and make everything work so they can port it onto the Switch. Even if the game's controls are completely redone, and no matter how much work that is, I think Nintendo needs Star Fox Zero to get a second leg, because if it doesn't, the Star Fox franchise is going to be dead. Yeah. That's just how I view that. Okay. And it's a good game, it deserves to be played, and people just got mad because they didn't want to put in the time to learn the game's controls. And that's absolutely ridiculous. So, change the control scheme and get it out there. Especially since Kid Icarus can't happen, as far as that we've been told, right? Because Sakurai's like, I don't think it'll be able to happen because how many people worked on that game. Yeah. So if Kid Icarus can't, and that's the game that everyone was like, this needs a new control scheme, give that development time to Star Fox Zero. Maybe even don't have Platinum develop it. Yeah. Maybe give it to Grezzo, who did the ports for the Zelda 64 games on 3DS. Give it to them, let them figure it out, let them get it on Switch, because this game's good, and I want it playable. Yeah. Continuing with the disappointing news from Metroid, Pikmin 4 will not release this year. There will be no explanation. No one's going to talk about it. Yeah. Even though the game is supposed to be done, we're not going to get it this year. No. What we will get is a Pikmin 3 port for the Switch. Maybe a Pikmin collection. Maybe we'll get Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 as well, but we'll definitely get a Pikmin 3 port. I would love it if it was a trilogy, but we'll see what happens there. And again, Pikmin 4 is another game that used the gamepad quite a bit, but I don't think it's necessary. I think you can get rid of that functionality and just use the co-pad as a different form of way of doing it. I think it'll be fine, and it's, again, a good game. I would love to see it, get a little bit of a graphical bump. Maybe some new content in some form. Maybe give us like a bonus, like Louis storyline that's like a really short thing. That'd be nice. Yeah. But even if not, even if it has nothing extra, just put it out there. I'd love that game. Yeah. All right. So at this point, I'm going to give a rundown of my year just to show everybody what it is. Okay. In January, we're getting New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and Travis Strikes Again. In February, we're getting Town, as well as the Wonderful 101 port.
Mm-hmm.
In March, we're getting Yoshi Crafted World.
Mm-hmm.
In April, we're getting Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. In May, we're getting Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Mm-hmm.
In June, we're getting Star Fox Zero, the port.
Mm-hmm.
In July, we're getting Animal Crossing Switch. In August, we're getting Daemon X Machina and a Pikmin 3 port.
Mm-hmm.
In October, we're getting Luigi's Mansion 3, as well as the Metroid Prime trilogy. In November, we have Pokemon, and in December, we have Bayonetta.
Cool.
And that leaves 1 month with no release, and that's September. So here goes my zany prediction for September. I have no basis on this
Give
one.
me the zany.
I just needed a game to fit that month, because I had a game for every other month.
Tell me.
Mario Maker 2.
Yep.
Let's do it. Mario Maker 2 will have a new graphics pack.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be another game style added. I don't know if it'll be like a 2D version of Mario 64 or a 2D version of Mario Odyssey or what. But we're going to have a new graphical style in there, and it'll be a sequel. It will not get a port.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are saying we're going to get a port of that game. I don't think we are. And Captain Toad proved that you can do the finger controls that Mario kind of relies on on the Switch.
Yeah.
It's not as great, but you can do it. So Mario
Yeah, there's
Maker 2
touch controls, so cool.
And then I have that's my release schedule, and I have a couple other smaller predictions.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll get more third-party games in 2019. I think that, like, Reggie talked about how we didn't get Red Dead Redemption this year because of development time.
Yeah.
Studios just haven't had enough time to develop the big games for Switch. I feel like now they have.
Yeah.
Now there's been enough time, and we're going to start seeing more of these games moved over to the Switch.
Yeah.
I think we'll get... I'm going to make a video about this sometime this year as well, sometime this month. I think we'll get games like The Witcher or, Grand Theft Auto. Like, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation, like, early PlayStation 4 stuff, as well as Xbox stuff, that can be ported over to the Switch. We'll get a version on the Switch. There's a lot of games, like the Portal games. There's the Fallout game. There's a ton of stuff that can be ported over.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, going along with it, I think we're also going to get a Persona 5 port in February.
Yes.
Because I think they're going to want to align that with the Joker reveal and everything.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to happen. They announced Persona 5R. It's coming to... We don't know yet. They haven't said any game consoles. So it's probably going to come to Switch as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, Pikmin 3 is going to be a port. We're not getting Pikmin 4. We will get Super Mario Odyssey DLC.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I thought for whatever reason that they were going to move on to Super Mario Odyssey 2. And I think that'll happen in either 2020 or 2021. But they're going to go with that Mario Odyssey DLC because I think it was Furikawa who talked about wanting to extend the life cycle of their games with DLC. Mario Odyssey is the only major Switch game, to my knowledge, that has not gotten DLC from Nintendo.
I mean, it had Luigi's Balloon World.
That's not DLC.
Oh, yeah.
Like a DLC pack.
That was just an update.
Yeah, it was just Splatoon has gotten Octo Expansion.
Yeah.
Zelda has gotten the Ballad of Champions. Every game has gotten... Kirby's got that whole... It was a free update, but there was a huge update with a new storyline and everything.
Yeah.
So all these games have gotten stuff, except Mario, and I think a new Kingdom pack is going to be released. And I also think that Mario Kart Deluxe is also going to get more DLC. Just the fact they have talked about DLC, and that they're going hard on DLC, I think we're going to get more DLC for these past games.
I'm so angry with you. That was going to be my weird one.
Like it was your big one?
My whole bit was going to be like, I'm announcing that there's going to be all sorts of weird DLC that we had no idea was coming.
It's going to happen. We're going to see DLC.
Yeah.
There's no way. Nintendo has said they're going to be focused on that. I even think, not this year, but I think we're going to get a second Smash Brothers Fighter pack. I think it's going to happen. We're going to get 10 DLC characters.
Wow.
I think it's going to happen. I don't know why, but I feel like if they're going to push DLC, they're going to push DLC. We will see Retro's game. Because Retro's been working on something since Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be Star Fox Grand Prix.
Yeah, probably.
That makes sense. And I think it will release either 2020 or 2021, but we'll see it this year, most likely at E3, maybe in the upcoming January Direct.
Yeah.
We're going to see Monolith Soft's other game. I don't know if people remember, but when they announced Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they also said that they were working on another game.
Oh.
And it was like this weird fantasy game, apparently. We don't know anything about it.
Oh.
But they said they were working on something else. So I think we're going to see that game this year.
Cool.
And it's not Xenoblade, it's something completely different. I think it's an original IP for them, but I think we'll see that game.
Okay.
I had on here that I thought that this was going to be 3DS's last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this will be 3DS's last year of original games.
Yeah.
So they might put like one or two other things on here, but I think what the 3DS will become, if it's going to be supported into the next decade, it'll become a port machine.
Yeah.
Which I'm super okay with.
Yeah.
I am fine with them being like, we'll port your classic Mario games or N64 games or Paper Mario Thousand Year Door or whatever.
Yeah.
Just port old games onto the 3DS. I want to see less new games, more old games, because it's a great way to preserve video games.
Yes.
So I'm super okay with them doing that. I would obviously prefer everything be on Switch, but if they want to put out like a Golden Sun collection on 3DS, I'm down. Paper Mario, whatever they want to do, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should be wasting development time on new titles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to save my kookiest one for the end, because it's a big one. I want to give you a chance. So, go ahead with whatever you got.
So I have severely less knowledge about publishing companies and dates and all these things that make predictions fun. I just have ideas that I'm like, wouldn't that be neat? So I'm going to say those things.
I just think they're neat.
So I'm just going to say things, and I'm going to throw the spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks, okay?
Listen, last time you got Kirby right.
I did. All right. So my thing was going to be, I think there's going to be a lot of DLC that people did not see coming. So my first thing is I think they are going to bring an update to Mario Kart Deluxe that is kind of going to go the way of Ultimate. As in, there's going to be a lot of old courses that get revamped and added. So like, like 4 new circuits or something, and a bunch new fighters. Fighters
in Mario Kart, love it.
Fighter. Listen, Mario Kart is almost a fighting game.
It's close.
Yeah,
it's close. Not in the game, but in real life while you're playing. When you
want to
play
punch
against
people.
Abigail, it's a fighting game. Trust me.
You don't even play against me because you always lose.
Yeah, that's why it's a fighting game.
So yeah, I think it's going to go the way of Ultimate and add a whole bunch of new crap just to make it the quote-unquote Ultimate Mario Kart game.
Until we get Mario Kart 9 at the end of the Switch's life cycle.
Yes. I also think now Splatoon stuff is ending soon. All their free updates are going to stop. Yep. And I think what is going to happen is that once the free updates stop, they're going to present a new year of updates that you have to pay for.
So, do you mean in the sense of like new weapons, or do you mean like a second Octo?
I mean like new weapons and like stuff is going to get dropped throughout the year. And if you want to continue receiving the updates, you now have to pay for them. So, like they recently did, I don't remember what it was called, but it was some collection of weapons and clothing and stuff that they are dropping, and you had to, there's a free update. And I think Splatfests are going to be included in the paid for thing. So now...
I don't think they'll do that.
I know, I'm just throwing stuff to see what happens.
I could see the updated weapons and stuff being paid.
Yeah.
I think if they make Splatfest paid...
I think people would get mad.
Well, it's already paid. That's the issue, because you play online. You have to use the online system.
Yeah. So that one probably not as much, but I do think like new clothing and weapons and stuff, that's going to continue to be paid. And maybe there'll be a new story, but I doubt it. Just because like...
I just think there's anywhere to put it.
Exactly. And if you add a new story, then it's like... I feel like people would want a new character again with that, and that would be the expectation, and they would be like, ugh,
Yeah, they're probably going to say that for
So I think it's just going to be like the same thing that's been happening, but now you have to pay for it, basically.
I think that makes sense, because it's like, we're not going to get Splatoon 3 on the Switch.
No.
It's just not going to, it's too early.
Yeah.
I think Splatoon 2 will be the only Splatoon game on, unless they do a spin-off, which I can see happening. So like, they have to support it some way.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening.
I think Mario Odyssey is going to get 3 new kingdoms, and one of them is going to be a Luigi's Mansion kingdom, and it's going to be all ghosts and haunted, and the mansion will be there. Maybe it's just like in the background. Maybe you can access the first level or something. And I think with that, you'll get a costume that has the poltergust and stuff like that. I don't know what the other 2 kingdoms will be.
I'll make one real easy for you.
Do it.
Mario Sunshine.
Oh yeah, of course. Everyone wants that.
Definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, and then I think one unique one. That'll be like a nobody saw coming kind of thing.
Honestly, I agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be 1 pack.
Yeah?
I think that'll be 1 pack, and I think there's going to be more than 1 pack of 3 Kingdoms.
Okay.
With a bunch of costumes probably
involved. Yeah. And I'm even, because since I'm just being a wild and crazy guy, I think Zelda is gonna get one more update.
Yes, I wanted to hear you say it.
I think
I was worried I wasn't gonna say it because I'm like, I don't think this is gonna happen, but I wanted you to say it.
Yeah, I think out of nowhere, Nintendo is going to say, you know what, Breath of the Wild is getting one more update, and I think it is going to be because there's no new Zelda remakes coming. They're not going to talk about the next new Zelda for a while. Yep. So in order to stave people off from starting to wonder, hey, new Zelda, please, they're going to release another DLC pack.
You want the one thing that's going to make that not happen? Mm-hmm. They have already started development of the next Zelda game.
Oh, no, I know they have. But look when they announced Breath of the Wild and then how long that took, you know?
Yeah, they were developing it then.
I know.
Listen, I also want the DLC. I want that.
There's going to be another big dungeon area because people were so happy to get another big dungeon. So I think they're going to add another one of those. And the other thing that makes me think this will happen is one detail in the game that I think I've brought up before, is there is an NPC that you can talk to where if you go to like the very edge of the map, she'll be like, hey, have you tried leaving this area? I can never get past it because there's all this wind. I wonder what's over there. And to me, that reads like, we're going to put something over there eventually. So,
or Breath of the Wild 2.
Or Breath of the Wild 2. Maybe I'm reading into it, and she's just supposed to be like, ha! Invisible walls. But
I don't think so. I think it is hinting towards something.
Yeah, so I think Breath of the Wild is going to get one last DLC pack. I have no idea what's going to entail other than one new dungeon.
I would love them just like drop like an island.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Wind Waker inspired area.
Yeah.
That'd be so... Oh
or
my
you
God.
Go up in the sky.
You go down to the beach.
Uh-huh.
The King of Red Lions is on the beach.
Yeah.
And you have to go to a whole new like island section of the map. Mm-hmm. Like it's a loading thing. It's a whole different section of the game. You have to go to that whole new adventure.
Yeah.
How great would that?
That would be great.
Oh my God! And they make like Vati the villain.
Yeah.
Of that area. Oh.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna make a video about this.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen this year is among all these releases, they're just going to keep going, hey, by the way, DLC for this game now.
Yeah.
That is my prediction. I don't have anything to back that up. I don't know anything about dates or publishing or whatever, but I think they're going to continue the trend of the DLC.
I think it's solid, and even saying that, now that you said it, I remembered of something. There is this rumor going around that apparently Nintendo wants a Zelda game every year for Switch.
Wow.
I don't know if it's true, but if you look at the past 2 years, in 2017, we got Breath of the Wild. In 2018, we got Hyrule Warriors. So it might be true.
Oh, yeah.
Hyrule Warriors released in
That's right. It got a port. I forgot about that, actually.
Definitive edition. So I think they might be developing a new game for Zelda. And I think it might be a spin-off of some sort. Maybe like a Four Swords Adventures, maybe a top-down 2D Zelda.
Yeah.
Something that could release in 2019. But if they don't do that, what they could also do is make this big DLC pack that you're talking about and give it a physical release like Torna the Golden Country.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a whole new section of story or something.
Which my Wind Waker idea would work so well with.
It would.
Nintendo, if you're listening, you can have that idea.
Or... here's another thing. Wolf Link is in the game already. You go to the Twilight World.
Or like Low Rule. There's so many options.
There are
Termina.
Oh my God. That's what I was thinking. It's like they could totally pull a Majora's Mask with this game, where it's just take the exact same base game, flip it on its head, and be like, "Here's our new story."
So do you think it'll basically be Breath of the Wild 2 DLC?
I don't know.
Or do you think it'll just be an area?
I have no idea. I want it to be Breath of the Wild 2 DLC because that means a lot more story stuff. But I don't know how much more story they can pull from that game.
Because that's my only thing. It's like if they make a huge DLC pack, because Torna was basically like Xenoblade 2.5.
Yeah.
If they make a 2.5 version of Zelda, how does that impact the next Zelda game?
Yeah.
Because like at that point, will it still be Breath of the Wild? Because we're all thinking the next Zelda will be like a Majora's Mask styled version of Breath of the Wild. But how does that happen if we have this huge DLC?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm interested in that. But I think you could be right. You know what? It is out there. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I think it could happen.
Yeah.
It's just crazy enough.
We will see if the spaghetti is ready.
Do you have anything else, or is that...
I have nothing else, because I
Listen, that's fair. I think that was a good list. I really do.
Thank you.
So, my final crazy prediction...
Do tell.
...that is not going to happen, but I'm going to say it.
Please.
Switch Pro.
What do you mean?
We're going to get a second model of Switch
that
has more data and more power than the original Switch. We're in the third year now. There has already been rumors that Nintendo's working on another form of handheld of some sort. We've seen patents, we've seen stuff, but they're working on something. Some hardware is being developed.
Okay.
Whether it is a Switch add-on, whether it's a 3DS replacement, I don't know. but I think it's possible that we'll see an upgraded, more powerful Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I'm saying that it'll be an upgraded, more powerful one is because I originally wanted it to be a Switch Mini, like a budgetary version to go along with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because they did that for the 3DS. But how do you make the Switch cheaper?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can see that they can tweak. Some people have been like, well, they'll get rid of the Joy-Cons. They'll just fuse it into one thing. But then you can't play Mario.
Yeah.
And you can't play Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah.
Or you can, but not in the way they intended it to.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, there could be a version that, like, doesn't use the dock. But why would they not just sell a budget version that just doesn't come with the dock?
Yeah.
That would be the budget version.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to do that. If you remove the dock and the grip and just sell it as a mobile console, with maybe a case, you could already probably take good like $50 off it.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
I think a Switch Mini could exist in some way, shape, or form eventually, but I don't think it'll be next year.
Yeah.
But I could see a Switch Pro with just a little bit stronger specs and maybe like some form of upgrade for original Switch owners.
Yeah.
So like maybe it's a new powered up version of the dock that when you have it docked, it'll play stronger games that will let it play games like Overwatch that can't come to the Switch because of the power problems.
Yeah.
And if they do that, it'll open new doors for third-party developers. It won't be as strong as the PlayStation 4. It won't be as strong as the Xbox. That's not going to happen. But it'll be quite a bit stronger than the original Switch, and it'll let us play at least some of the big third-party titles coming to those systems. And I think something that supports this is the fact that Doom Eternal is coming to the Switch. The same day it is releasing on Xbox and PlayStation.
Interesting.
If Bethesda and Red Button can get that to work, imagine what companies could do with an upgraded system hardware.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think it's crazy. It may be too early. I fully admit that. But I'm going to put this in my predictions because, like, why the heck not?
Yeah.
So, Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
This is a big thing that's happening this year.
It certainly is.
We're getting 5 DLC characters.
Yes, we are.
By February of next year. That means all the DLC characters are going to be announced this year, aside from Joker, who's already been announced.
Yep.
I don't want to go... I mean, if you have ideas for who it'll be, feel free to share those. I don't want to do that for me yet, because I'm planning a video where I'm going to talk about my top 10 DLC characters for the game. So I don't want to do that here.
Yeah.
What I will do here is predict when Joker will release. Okay. And I think Joker's going to come out in April. The reason I think April is, from what I've read, I don't know much about Persona 5, but apparently Persona 5 takes place in April. So how perfect would it be? Now, that would be 5 months after his announcement, which means that they're going to have to announce another character soon. Yeah. Because we don't have 5 months after April. That doesn't exist. We don't have that time period. So I think we're going to get our secondary reveal in the January Direct. Okay. And I was totally against this from the beginning, but I think we will. And then it'll be released in May. Fire Emblem, in my list... No, it won't be releasing in May. I'm sorry. That's right after April. That's not happening either. It'll release sometime in the summer. Okay. Like June, July, maybe. I don't know. I don't know when it'll release. But they'll announce it in January. Joker might have to come out before April, but I'm going to keep that prediction. So I think
it'll be funny because, like, April Fool's, Joker. Haha.
And then the other characters will probably come out in, like, July and maybe, like, October and then February. I don't know. That's not 5. But whatever. You guys, we'll figure it out.
Listen.
Maybe he'll come out in February. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Joker's coming out? Good for him.
Shut the fuck up. That'll be what happened. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and be like, this is going to be the character. Yeah. Because I'm going to do a whole video on that. Do you have anyone you think will be DLC?
No.
No one?
I have no idea. I always think that maybe I've gotten a semblance of how the thinking goes into these characters and, like, why they're chosen, and then I'm always wrong.
Let me rephrase that question. Is there anyone you want as DLC?
Oh, there's people I want as DLC.
Give us some.
I mean, I've been saying this since this channel was named 2IdiotsWithACamera, but I have always wanted Professor Layton as a fighter, which will never happen. But I want it.
Listen, Joker has not even had a game released on Nintendo consoles yet.
That is true.
Anything could
happen. That is true. I would love Professor Layton as a fighter. Phoenix Wright, I think, would be a great fighter to represent his series.
You just want more.
I want lawyers.
You just want more, like, mystery guys.
In real life, too. Lawyers. Hit me up.
Lawyers can't apply.
If you are a lawyer, contact Nintendo. Maybe you'll be in the next Smash game.
I meant to be with you, but that's fine.
That too.
Contact Nintendo. They'll put you in touch with Abigail. They know what you
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know who else I would, like, want in Smash Brothers. Like, those two are really my only, like, champions of that sort of nature, because they've never been represented before, and they're kind of weird choices.
Yeah.
I don't have any fighters that are, like, already represented series-wise in the game or anything. Like, there's no other Zelda character that I'm like, I want them in the game.
Limpa!
I know you have that, but, like, I'm, like, good with the amount of Zelda representation. I don't think we need more. Yeah, the only thing would be, like, my dream character, like, Layton or Phoenix Wright.
I think Layton could happen. I think it could happen.
I would like that.
I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I am going to say something, because I think it's important. The first thing I want to say is, apparently, we know who the second character is.
What?
I was on Twitter today, right before we filmed the podcast.
Uh-huh.
It has been data mined.
Oh,
Supposedly,
no.
the information has been data mined. There is a word in the data mine that leads us to believe who this character is. I'm not going to say it, because I don't want to spoil it for people.
Uh-huh.
But it is something that we apparently know, and it makes a lot of sense to me, the character who it is. But I'm not going to say who it is, because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to spoil it for people.
Okay.
What else I will say is, I think there are going to be 3 DLC characters that are going to be third-party characters.
Yeah. So
Joker, this new character, and then the last character, which makes me real worried, because I really wanted Crash Bandicoot and Banjo-Kazooie in this game, and I think it's going to have to be one or the other at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think the other 2 will both be Nintendo characters. And I think there's a high possibility that one will be Edelgard from Fire Emblem, and that one will be the grass starter from the Generation 8 Pokemon games. Because those are the 2 big games we have releasing. Because it's not going to be an Animal Crossing character, because we got Isabelle.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be a Metroid character, because we got Ridley.
Yeah.
So, Pokemon and Fire Emblem. I mean, I know we got Chrom and Incineroar, but it doesn't feel like as definitive to me. Like, who else do you add for Animal Crossing and Metroid?
Yeah.
Tortimer? Tom Nook? Like, what moveset would they have? They're just going to play exactly like Isabelle again?
Yeah.
So, like, I think it'll be, if we're going to get new Nintendo characters, it'll be a Fire Emblem 3 Houses rep, most likely Edelgard, and a Pokemon Generation 8 rep. And I'm going to hope it's the grass starter, because we have Greninja, who's a water starter. We have Incineroar, who's a fire starter. So we need a grass starter.
Yep. Cool.
So, that is it, guys. This is it for today's episode. I thought, I'm loving podcast being back. I miss the podcast.
Yeah, it's nice.
This new format is going to give us a lot of opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's once a month. We don't have to stretch it out. We don't have to, like, force topics, because we'll just have stuff to talk about every month. It'll be a lot easier. It'll be a lot more chill, which is the vibe I really want for this.
Agreed.
And we're going to keep recording it on the couch, because this is way too comfortable.
It is so much comfier than sitting at the chairs at the dining table.
So, guys, let me know, what do you think will be the Nintendo's 2019 prediction things? Give me all your crazy stuff.
Yep.
Go full Abigail on this. Like, come on. Give me your insane predictions. I want them.
It's no fun if you limit yourself. Like, even if you think there's no chance in hell, say it anyway.
Yeah. If you think that the new Fire Emblem game is just going to be a waifu simulator, go for it.
Listen,
if you
that's
think the
valid.
Wario dating sim is happening in 2019, go for it.
You didn't see Nintendo confirm that.
Oh, I saw them confirm it, but we don't know if that's information public yet. Abigail, right? We can't give our insider tips out.
No, crap, I'm sorry.
If you think that Animal Crossing Switch is just going to be a bomb that will destroy your Switch as soon as you place it, because the Animal Crossing fans are annoying as shit, go ahead and say it in the comments. Listen, no shade, only tea. But either way, that is it for this podcast. We will see you in February with a new episode of the 2Ids Production.
See you on the couch.
2Ids the Camera podcast, not 2Ids Production. That's the wrong name. That's the old